So I took this list and I gave it to 3 different AI tools, word for word, the same 14 lines to every one of them. And I asked them which ones they reckon that they could do instead of me. We're about to get personal again, but AI will not take my job. And there's one line on this page that I really didn't want them to answer. So I'm going to keep that one back for a bit, if you don't mind. And I'm sure you've seen those lists going around. 15 jobs that AI is going to be taking by 2030. And if you're anything like me, I'm sure you've had a quick look down, whether to see your job is there. But they're all guessing, aren't they? Every one of those videos is having a go at whether AI can do their job. And not one of them has actually sat down with you and tested it on their own work. But guess what? I did. I tested it. So this is what I did. I wrote down 14 things that I actually do at my work. No job title, just the task and the role. And I gave that to all 3 of them and I made them answer it line by line. And their answers stayed up on the screen the whole way through, word for word what they said. So you can mark them down yourself, rather than take my word for it. But before any of that, I've got to tell you something that I'm not proud of. The same way most people did. Watching blokes on YouTube telling me it was going to change my life. And I was thinking, fine, I'll just start. I'll apply myself and see what happens. So I asked it everything. Every dumb question I had. The ones you'd feel so dumb about asking to someone. And it just came back rational and reasonable every single time. And it never made me once feel judged or dumb for even asking that question. And then one night I asked it straight out, are my files safe? What can you actually see? Because I want to know what I'd let into the house, not getting defensive about it. Which is honestly more than I get from most people. And that's when I started trusting it. After that, I had it doing my mornings and my evenings because my shifts move around from week to week. And I was sick of working it out myself. What time do I need to leave for the gym? What time I need to leave the house for work? And it just tells me. And I do what it says. So, have a think about what I've just described there. Because I let it run my mornings. And I trust it with what time I need to get out of bed. And I never once asked about work. And it wasn't because I was frightened of the answer. It's because I already knew the answer and I thought I did. I was certain AI can't do what I do. End of story. No need to fact check. Which is exactly what I did with Claude. And now I think about it, I picked it because of a video told me. Actually, when it comes to being certain about things, I've never actually properly checked. Now, a job title's no good for a test like this. Because if you ask an AI, can you be a whatever, you just get a paragraph of nothing back. So, I broke it down into tasks. Instead, 14 of them. And every single one of these has actually happened to me at work. Some of them are as dull as anything. Like follow the procedure exactly, even the bits that feel pointless. Or write down the whole report afterwards when you're knackered and tired and you just want to go home. And some of them really aren't, like calm down. Somebody who's angry or drunk on your own with everybody watching. Or notice that something's wrong before anything's actually gone wrong. And the last one on the list is just all of that again at 4 in the morning. When your body is telling you, you should be asleep. And then before I sent it anywhere, I marked my own answers. Just my guess at what I reckon they were going to come back with. 7 yes, 6 no, 1 maybe. So here I am telling you AI can't do my job. And my own guess is that it can do half of it, which is a bit awkward when you say it out loud. But that's on the board now. So you can mark me as well as them. And if you want the free prompts I use every week, they're free over at iliana.club. That one included. Right, so cold sessions in all 3 of them, memory turned off and I checked it was off, pasted into every one go each. And whatever came back is what you're getting. And before I run any of these, the obvious thing, because you'll spot it anyway, Claude's the one I use. I've told you that before. and you're about to see Claude's name on a fair few of these. I ran all three of them exactly the same though. One go each, and every answer's up on the screen, word for word. So mark them yourself, rather than taking my word for it. And the dull ones went pretty much how I thought they would. ChatGPT, Gemini, they both said yes to three of them. The procedure, the recall, and the report. So that's the paperwork, the memory, and the rules. Claude said yes to one. Fair enough, I lost that one. But then Claude said something about it that properly stopped me. Me at remembering, miles better. But then it turned around and told me it can be confidently wrong and not even know about it. And that's the bit that stopped me. Because at least I know when I wasn't sure. Never have I thought about it like that. And I'll be honest with you, I was quite enjoying myself at this point, ticking them off, being right about my own job. Then it started marking me. I'd said it could spot the one person in the crowd who's about to do something wrong. And all three of them came back, no. And I said it could notice when something's slightly off before anything's actually gone wrong. And Claude said no to that as well. And then it told me why. A smell. I'd never in my life thought of that as a skill. It's just a Tuesday, and that's just what the day feels like when everything's normal. And if you'd asked me what the hard part of the job was, I would have said the people, the hours, or the early starts. And it turns out none of these. It's a thing I've been doing for years without even noticing that I was doing it. And then the report, which is the bit I was most sure they'd taken off me. They'll just write it. They just can't know what happened. So 4 things came back as a flat no from all 3 of them. Not partly, just no. Making a safety call in about 5 seconds, or where somebody's hurt, or spotting a person who's about to go and hurt themselves, and being the one who's accountable when it all goes wrong. And that third one is the one I'd said yes to, because I genuinely thought a machine could carry that. You see, that's the one though, isn't it? Not the legal bit, the caring bit. That's the whole job, right there, at the end of the sentence. And if you want the exact prompts and the list that I use, they're free at iliana.club. So take them and run it on your own job. And subscribe if you want to see where this ends up. So, number 8 on my list, and this is the one I've been holding back on you the whole way through, because it's the one I genuinely didn't want them to answer. Nobody. You've got 3 different companies there, billions between them. The most clever thing anybody has ever built, and not one of them can help someone up a ramp. Not one. So this is where I got it wrong. Because I said they could do 7 of them, and all 3 of them only agreed on 1. 1 out of 14. Which means I was harder on my own job than the machines were. And I've been quietly assuming all this time that half of what I could do could be handed over to AI. And the things that I was handing to them are the things that they turned around and handed straight back. And I got the accountability one wrong. And I'm actually glad I got it wrong, because that's the one that makes it a job, instead of just a list of tasks. Anyway, Claude said the last bit better than I could. They can have the paperwork. They can't have the 4 in the morning. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you that your job's safe, because I don't know what you do, and I don't know your job. I'd just be guessing. What I'm telling you is that the fear only really works while it stays vague. So write down what you actually do, all of it. The boring bits as well. And then make AI answer them, line by line, just like what we did. And you'll find out 2 things. What they can actually genuinely take off you, and what you've been doing all along without even noticing it was a skill. So if you do run it, come and tell me. Drop the word inspired in the comments, with the one that surprised you with, because I read every single one of them. The lists and the prompts are free at iliana.club. And please subscribe, because I'm doing this whole thing in public. The wins and the stuff ups. Stop worrying and just use AI. Go and write your 14.